He will go. He'll take off quickly, even before the rebound occurs. Buck's underlaying that on that in that situation. That could have been a layup, but Tim couldn't get it up over the rim. Miller reads things like that well, gets a lot of points that way.
Spacing a problem at the moment. Now the Bucks try to get something going. Back from Mason. He draws the foul. He felt the contact, tried to go to the hole with it. Bennett Salvatore calls the foul against Foster.
Now the Bucks are undermanned. We know that. Big Dog isn't here. The Pacers have a few injuries also. Key people like O'Neal, Harrington. Harrington's okay. I thought he had. But what I want to say is this, Jim. All right, get the tickets. I'll come back.
All right. We have a special for you. If you call now, 414-227-0500, the Bucks and the Orlando Magic here on Friday. A $64 family four-pack. The Bucks have teamed up with McDonald's. You get 4 $25 tickets, a couple of extra value meals, and 2 All-American meals. If you call during our telecast tonight, you can get the package for just $64.
See, what you don't want, you know that Rose and Miller are going to have games. You don't want somebody else coming in for the Pacers and having a career game here. The Bucks should be able to outman them.
Reggie and Rose combined for 50 last night. Indiana lost. That tells you they're looking for a third scorer.
And Tinsley and Harrington both can provide it. Harrington's had some problems injury-wise. Not the way he's moving.
Ray Allen hits the deck. Harrington called for the foul, his first. It puts the Pacers over the limit. The Bucks have 3 team fouls with 3:44 remaining in this first period.
Bucks want to keep going to them inside like this, Jim. They don't have any dominant shot blocker in the game at this point. Bucks can get it inside the paint. Pacers can run it on the outlet. They can transition, especially the way Miller can release and get out on the break. Rose is a good finisher, too.
Last night at Conseco Fieldhouse, the fast break points were even at 11 apiece. Indiana trying to run tonight against Milwaukee. Darvin Ham bodies Reggie for the foul.
Boy, that was one where they just made sure they got the ball down the court before Ray could get there, but he needs to get some help in that situation as he's trying to transition back.
In the NBA, there is home tempo and there is road tempo. Obviously, Indiana trying to force the tempo on the road tonight.
Well, you know they would like to outlet and get Miller and Rose out in the open as much as they can just to take advantage of their skills.
If that's the only adjustment Isaiah is able to make tonight, you wonder if it will be enough.
And can you always fulfill the game plan?
Reggie Miller hears it every time he touches the ball. 7 for Mr. Miller. It's 19-16 Indiana.
Yeah, but see, that's like air to him. That's like water and food to him, see.
He thrives on it.
Yeah.
Allen gets trapped in a double team. And the Bucks trying to get something else going here on the half court. They'll get it with a hand sandwich.
Man, that was too much of an opening to give him to the basket.
Reggie Miller. Well, he didn't bark about the foul. Ray Allen was right there. There was some contact. Now Reggie's talking. I knew he would. We're going to get an offensive foul. Darvin Ham moving the screen, trying to free Sam Cassell. 2:56 remaining in the bounce for Bender. Jamal Tinsley, Jeff Foster, Bender, Harrington, and Reggie Miller. The Bucks are going with Cassell, Ham, Mason, Irvin Johnson, and Ray Allen.
Bender had some good jobs where he snaked through last night and get to the iron.
Reggie, here's the whistle. Ray Allen right in the grill. So Ray picks up the foul. That's his first. And now both teams are over the limit. And Superman goes to the rosin.
Yeah, but if he's really Superman, he shouldn't need any aids. No help. He does a good job when he raises his arms to shoot of getting his arms up in front of him into the defender to draw foul.
For those of you tuning in to see the best damn sports show, period, at this time, it will not be seen tonight due to our game. Tune in weeknights right here at 7:30, where it can be seen at its regularly scheduled time, and you can catch the show tonight at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net. Reggie Miller with 9 points. Indiana's lead is 3. It's early to be talking about tiebreakers, but this is the third of 4 games between these teams, and the Bucks would take the tiebreaker, winning the first 3 against Indiana. Ray Allen's shot is short, follows up, and takes it in on the reverse. Oh, man, would have been pretty. Fans wanted that to go. The Bucks get a 24-second to reload. Allen for 3.
I never think it's too early to talk about tiebreakers, Jim. When you play a team that you can, especially in that particular game, get the advantage, because you just don't know what will happen, especially in your division.
Indiana has a pair of threes. Number 3, Al Harrington, steps inside the arc to nail that one. He's on the board. Indiana leads 23-18. Well, you think about the scheduling, it's strange sometimes. Indiana and Milwaukee hooking up 3 times already. There are teams the Bucks have yet to play.
Right? These teams play again in April.
Orlando, one of them, in here on Friday. Ray Allen along the baseline. Ray has 5.
Real challenge for Reggie and Ray to guard one another, to get it done at the offensive end, then get back and pick the other guy up, especially if that guy switched off and is leaking out.
Jonathan Bender tries to take it home. Ham takes it home. He has 4. Diamond scoreless last night. He had a couple of boards. Under a minute to play in the opening period. A 1-point game. Indiana leads. Harrington, little bump on the spin. He hits it anyway. That's a tough cover for Ray Allen.
That's a tough shot, too.
Reggie picks up Ray on this end. He goes to Mason. Down it goes.
Man, he gets a lot of spin on the ball, and he gets the right spin.
Harrington sealed a wall in front of him. Irvin Johnson has it with 16 on the clock in the first quarter. Shot clock is dark. 5 seconds. Whistle, walk, no basket. Let's check in with Craig Kashan.
Well, Michael Redd, George Karl says, is a very mature player who's been able to handle this situation coming off the bench during the Bucks injuries, going from no playing time to significant playing time this year, guys, as the Bucks wind up the quarter here. We'll finish up when we come.
Cassell working their magic again in the first quarter. Mason with 6, Sam Cassell with 6 points to lead the Bucks. Jalen Rose has 7 for the Pacers. Jalen Rose has 10 for the Pacers on a 3.
Again, Jim, boy, you're right. He's carrying over from last night the way he's shooting the ball. Travis Best in the game for the Pacers.
The Bucks out shooting Indiana in that first quarter and out rebounding the Pacers by 6. They spent most of the quarter chasing Indiana. Rose picks up his first foul.
He's trying to get to Michael Redd's shot. Michael can throw that fake. He's quite active. Then he gets by Rose, and that was the contact. Jalen upset with it. It wasn't a lot of contact.
Michael Redd short with that jump shot. The ball will go to Indiana. The crowd still filing into the Bradley Center. We've had snow much of the day here in Milwaukee, and that has slowed things down a little bit.
And a little bit of ice with it, too, Jim. Made it very slick. A lot of accidents earlier.
I'm in the cave here all day, so I didn't see any of that. Jonathan Bender. It's a great cave, I must say.
A pretty big one.
You can get lost in here if you're not careful. Irvin Johnson picks up number 1.
Point is, you have to walk out to the lobby to see outside. Goes inside. See, he waits for the cuts, nothing really happening, then drop step, and the foul.
You need to get out there and look outside once in a while so you don't develop a bunker mentality, right?
Yeah, get out there and scrape your car off. It may be really buried if it's been there all day.
Anthony Mason gets a breather.
You don't get K rations or C rations in here, so you're okay. Get that good Bradley Center meal.
George has candy in his office.
Yes, he does.
If you get in the pinch, you can maybe sneak one.
What a pass.
Ham tries to pass it back out. Ball squirts away. Greg Willard says it's going the other way. Indiana basketball.
Now, see, Bucks are flat right now. Pacers building the lead. They could go up by 8 or more in this exchange. This is not what the Bucks want. You'd like to really take charge and bury them early here in Milwaukee, being undermanned. That helps.
Throws it away. Cassell under pressure. Travis Best right in his grill. Harrington, quick first step. Man, that guy could fly.
And Jim, that's transitioning, and that was the type of situation they shouldn't get a layup out of because they didn't really have a long rebound advantage on that.
Harrington had 26 in the first meeting here in the Bradley Center. Last night, just 2 points. He was playing with the flu, a 24-hour virus. Sam Cassell from the corner. So keep your eye on Al Harrington tonight. He's feeling a little better. And he's seemingly running with the Pacers. Oh, my goodness. Jonathan Bender with the flush. He has 4.
Well, he beats the initial defender. There is no one there. And Harrington looks strong to me.
Indiana's lead at 8. Best knocks it away. Ham takes it back. Cassell is open. Irvin Johnson, great controlled putback. (34-28). Harrington sealed. The Bucks doing a good job with walling off Indiana on the right side of the floor. Irvin there, inside position on Carlos Rogers. Ham over Harrington.
All right, got a little pace going, got a little energy. Build on it and take command right here.
Indiana's lead down to 4. Jonathan Bender not bashful. Ham has it, finds Cassell. Oh, man. Great idea. Sam knows that time remaining in the second quarter. Let's bring you up to date with the North Star numbers. Milwaukee at 48%, Indiana 46%. The Bucks controlling the boards and the assists about even. Milwaukee 10 dimes so far tonight.
When you look at that, who should be leading in the game?
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
After a quarter, they led in fast break points, paint points, and second chance points.
Well, the Pacers have more free throws.
The Bucks have not been hitting the threes like they did last night. Jalen Rose, Thomas, and Irvin Johnson battling for the rebound. Bucks centers have 11 rebounds already tonight. Irvin Johnson 6, Bruce Villa 5. Michael Redd drives, and here's the whistle. Al Harrington on the foul.
Michael is quick for his size. Now, he's got Best on him, but Redd can go to the basket, and yet with his body movements and his ball ability, he can get him Best in there and then take the size advantage in terms of height and power.
Michael had 15 points last night. Pretty good all-around game. 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
He's just blossomed tremendously. He's just a very good basketball player. He knows how to play this game.
Somewhat mystifying that he was not selected for the Rookie Challenge coming up at the All-Star Weekend festivities in Philadelphia next month. The Got Milk rookie challenge.
I agree.
I thought he would get the call.
Me too. Bucks in their zone.
Best beats him with penetration. Harrington can't get the shot to fall. Jonathan Bender active. And Irvin Johnson has 7 rebounds. Cross court for Ham. He's fouled.
Couple things. You don't want him penetrating on the dribble into a zone. Secondly, Bender is athletic. We mentioned that a moment ago. He's got some ups. So when that ball, that shot's taken at their end, somebody's got to stick him because he's coming to the basket.
Bender picks up his first foul. Indiana with 3 team fouls. The Bucks with 1.
Now take a look at Bender. Ball's up. Now watch this. Right here, there's no block out a lot of times down in this area. Boy, and then he takes it right back to the basket. That's smart. You should do that. Big guy like that, get it that deep, fire right back. Like that, like that.
The fans love it. Tim Thomas ties the game at 34. He has 4 points.
Still
Bucks zoning up. 3-2. It looks like they have 3 on the perimeter. Kind of tough from this angle to tell what they're trying to do. It was intended for Harrington. Tim Thomas just waited for the ball to get to him. Red spins and hits over Travis Bench.
That's a matchup to go to. Get Michael Red the ball on the box, post him up, and go at best.
You like 6'6" against 5'11", so does Michael Red, play center. The young fans enjoying the Bucks' first lead since they were up 15-13. Our Mountain Dew Extreme fans of the game tonight.
Well, I like this, Jim. The Bucks percentage going up, Pacers percentage going down. Bucks at 52%, Pacers 41.
Milwaukee with a 10-0 run here over the last 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
That's what you want to do, jump on them right here. Now, obviously, not obviously, but you might expect it, Reggie Miller's back in the game.
Last night, the Bucks outscored Indiana 32-10 in the second quarter to take control of the game.
With their 2 key guys, 2 of their key guys out, Miller and O'Neal.
Jeff Foster with a nifty move. He has 5. The 10 points allowed a season low for the Bucks, and it was also a season low for the Indiana Pacers offensively. Thomas for 3. And Irvin Johnson on the weak side goes right to Ray Allen for another attempt. The second one good.
And Irvin gets a rebound and an assist out of that exchange.
Irvin is hitting the boards tonight. The Bucks are up by 3. We have a 20-second timeout with 6:04 remaining in the second quarter.
Now see, Isaiah knew it's starting to get away. I got to reel this back in. Irvin on the offensive glass, we like the reloads because you usually get good shots. Boom. He rips the twine.
Irvin with 8 rebounds. That time feeding Ray Allen for the 3-pointer. And look what he has done over the last 5 games outside the arc. 57%. Allen 28 of 49.
And Jim, you know, when you're in a game against him for the other team, it's a real challenge because he can be quiet for a while and then rapid fire start. It's like a Gatling gun. Boom, 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 boom. And man, he's off to the races. He might have 5, 6 threes in a blink.
28 for 49 in the year 2002. Ray right at 57% since the new year struck. Anthony Mason hauling in the miss. He tells everybody to head up court.
And he's the point power forward.
Allen again for 3.
Tinsley in his grill.
Ray has 11. 39 consecutive games now with at least 1 3. Heading into last night's action, Baron Davis was a game ahead of Ray in that category. Foster back for Harrington. 8 on the shot clock. Another good wall off by the Bucks, but Miller is open for 3.
Zone in place, but that's not the guy to leave open from 3. Drop and get to him. That's like a layup.
Reggie Miller hit 36% of his three-pointers last season. He's up to 45%, a career high percentage for Reggie. That's the second highest increase in the league behind Steve Smith of San Antonio. We get the offensive foul. Darvin Ham. That's his second setting picks.
Now,
second or third.
I want to see that again. I thought he was just moving through and stopped. Well, he got him pretty good, but still, when you run into Darvin, Jim, you can run into him and go down like that because he's that solid. He's one of the strongest guys, if not the strongest guy in the building.
I don't want any part of it. He has 3 fouls. Back into Harrington. He dances around Ray Allen. Mason there got a hand on it, but it was knocked in by Harrington. You know what? You could say that about just about anybody on the floor, John. A lot of these guys are just muscular.
Yep, that's right.
Chiseled. I mean, you don't want to be bouncing off most NBA players.
No, even some of the small guards, man, are more powerful than you think. Tinsley looks like a little guy, right? Hey, let me tell you, he's really put together. He's strong.
Now it's up on Harrington. 7 on the shot clock. These young guys have quick first steps. Jeff Foster finishes. Foster has 7.
Got to stop letting Foster beat you. I mean, he's just a hustle player, and that's what you love about him. He's a hustle player, and he gets it that way, and he's a factor.
Somewhat unsung
Yeah.
in the scheme of Indiana's offense and defense.
Hey, he's in there for a reason.
Allen again. 3 threes in the second quarter. He has 14. Milwaukee back in front, 45-43.
In the meantime, the Pacers just went out and reeled the Bucks back in from that lead. It looks like they could have started to blow it open.
Allen bodies Harrington. He makes his move, and the foul call. Ray picks up his second foul. Getting it done in the second quarter. He leads all scorers and is 3 for 3 behind the arc in this period. Ray lighting it up. He was 0 for 1 on threes and 1 for 5 overall in the first quarter. 3 for 3, all triples here in the second. Let's check in with Craig Kashan as Al Harrington is on the free throw line.
Well, Jim, Ray Allen shooting make Len Robinson missing his 9th straight game tonight with that deep thigh bruise. He's hoping to return by this weekend. George Karl says Big Dog will gradually get those minutes back and get in the swing of things once he does start playing again. Again, maybe Friday against Orlando, hoping Saturday against Atlanta. Jim.
Starting to get some work on the treadmill now, and he'll have to get his legs back in game shape. That was a severe injury. Glenn suffered through internal bleeding initially, and that had to be dissipated. The body does it. You can't drain the fluid, and it's taken a long time. Mason in the paint.
And what people don't realize is a guy needs time. Some guys need more time than others. When you've had the kind of injury that has really just put you completely on the shelf and you haven't been able to do anything physical with your legs or your wind.
Well, the game's in his heart, and he wants to come back.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want to leave. Reggie Miller on the catch and shoot, working around the screen set by Foster. Here come the Bucks again, leading 47-45.
Dog was playing some sweet basketball when he got hurt.
Allen, tough shot. Reggie floating with him through the paint. Good find by Anthony Mason. And Sugar Ray Allen has 16 points.
Mason will find you.
Under 2 minutes now in the second quarter. John, one of the interesting parts of Robinson coming back and getting the big 3 together again as Miller hits a tough deuce with Ray Allen.
The shootout.
Right on the body. George Karl has a job in distributing minutes now because he has Thomas, he has Michael Redd, really 1 through 11, even 12 sometimes, who can command some time. Irvin Johnson hits.
Well, see, Jim, I agree with that. First, Glenn won't get a ton of minutes. He'll have to kind of get into it. So it'll kind of, you know, maybe even itself out for the coach, and he'll be able to get him in gradually. But it's a good problem. He's got guys that can get it done.
9 on the shot clock, 1:15 on the game clock. Right now, it's tough to think of a deeper team
It
in
is.
the NBA.
Yeah.
Of course, the Lakers are deep, but we talked about it. If you remember what Rafer Alston has done at times, the Bucks really are a 12-man team. That ball was kicked, so the shot clock will be reset to 14 from 7.
But see, what I questioned, was that an intentional or unintentional kick? I didn't see it as an intentional, didn't have a good view of it, but if it was unintentional, then it's not a good call.
Cassell sidestepping with Tinsley. Now Foster is left open. The Bucks using a zone. Indiana trying to run Milwaukee. Those are a couple of the adjustments we've seen in the first half tonight. The Bucks lead by 4. Cassell for 3. Mason. There were 3 Pacers there. Mason went and got it. Thomas for 3. Irvin Johnson was butted out, maybe held. He thought he was held by Foster.
See, I would say that was a great job by Foster.
I thought
That's
it
what
was
you're
too.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's called a box out.
You're darn right. I would never complain about not making that call. Might have been a foul, but you know what? Good at that end, guys.
Al Harrington steps away from Thomas. The shot is short.
Foster with the foul. That time he threw Irvin down as Irvin was trying to stick him with his body. Isaiah trying to make the point, but he had the wrong point. He said he thought that they were saying the shot wasn't up in time. It was a foul off the ball.
22nd timeout with 7.7 seconds remaining in the...
Guys, man, they can see the whole court. They see everybody.
Yeah, Magic had big eyes and he was 6'9".
He saw over everybody else.
Call now, 414-227-0500, the Bucks and the Orlando Magic. We have a $64 family 4-pack for you if you call during our game tonight. 4 $25 tickets, 2 extra value meals, and 2 All-American meals. It is good. Count it. Ray Allen at the buzzer to end the first half. That's the kind of action you'll probably see on Friday night, and we have 24 minutes left here. 3 on 3s and scored 13 of his 18 in the second quarter. Underway in the third. Jeff Foster rumbles in and loses.
And man, he had a collapsing defense on him. Nowhere to go.
The Bucks bench solid in that first half. 14 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. Indiana countered with 14 points, but only 4 boards and 1 dish. The Bucks have a much better bench than Indiana, and frankly, better than most teams in this league. Now by Tinsley. That will be his second. And Tinsley struggling tonight. 0 for 5 from the field in the first half. John, I was surprised to look at Tinsley's numbers over the first 2 games in this season series, and he has surpassed his point, rebound, and assist averages for the season against Milwaukee, just slightly, but he has held up, and I would not have guessed that.
I wouldn't either, Jim, especially in the first game when he had to go out with foul trouble, and it kind of nullified his game, plus Sam really taking it to him a little bit early.
Tinsley had 12 assists last night.
Man, he can really deliver the ball, and he's just going to get better. He's learning.
Brezet's in the post, gives it up. Thomas picks it away from Jalen Rose. Cassell to the open man, 3-point shooter Ray Allen. And this one comes off. The fans wanted that one to go.
So that's a great example in that play of how the game has changed with the three-point line. If it wasn't a three-point line, you'd never pass back for a jump shot like that. You're always looking forward. With the 3, you look back, especially with a shooter like Ray.
Tinsley from Miller. So after going 0 for 5, Tinsley hits his first shot in the third quarter. Allen drops the shoulder. Miller seals. Back out for Cassell on the 3. And John, the Bucks are doing in the third quarter tonight what they did in the second half last night, particularly in the fourth quarter. They were taking shots and not passing the ball. They will get in trouble if they persist.
Well, and even though that was a 1 pass from Ray to Sam, Sam doesn't need to take that shot it's really a little longer than Sam is best at. And Sam he's not as good as Oscar Robertson was, who's the best I ever saw at passing up one shot to get a closer one. But Sam can pass that one up and get a closer shot.
Working for the best shot. And you can do it off penetration and the dribble as Allen does, or you can pass it 2-3 times to find the open man.
And Jim, you saw how he measured that. He dribbled in there cautiously, looking at the big guys. No one coming up on him. Take the shot.
You don't have to pass if you can get and make those shots, but most often you have to pass to get them. That rattles out for Rose. Anthony Mason on the dribble. He leaves it. 3. Yes. Tim Thomas.
Rose could see it coming, couldn't get there.
So the Bucks force an early timeout in the third quarter by Isaiah Thomas and Indiana. 9:29 remaining in the period. Milwaukee as the players on the victorious team. Joel Fisbilla picks up the foul. I should say is hit by Foster. Fisbilla goes to the free throw line. Foster has 3 fouls.
Well, if they go, I think the color analyst should go also.
With no remuneration.
No.
You should be made to travel one more weekend.
No.
Since you're so fond of it to begin with.
And speaking of the Nets, by the way, they are killing the Wizards tonight. I mean, killing them at this point.
What was that halftime score? It was unbelievable.
Like 72-33 or something?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, 72-33.
Under 8.5 to play here in the second quarter.
Here's Michael.
Al Harrington with a fadeaway. It hits the front. Foster shovels it on a short hop to Harrington. Who wants the basketball? Fisbilla.
I'd love for our coaches to coach the All-Star. That'd be great.
Ray Allen pushed as he makes his move to the bucket. Reggie Miller. That brings it sheer. Miller picks up his first foul. He doesn't commit many fouls. Last night he didn't have one until I believe it was the fourth quarter.
And Jim, truly, he could foul out every game offensively. The best in the game at pushing people off.
I know how to set you up, don't I?
Oh, yeah. It's true. But see, I credit him because he's done it so long. He gets away with it night after night, and it's great. He just throws players away and gets open. Very tough to defend him with the arms and the screens he gets.
Setting you up and setting you off are seriously close to the same thing. A hold, Harrington. That's his third. And the Pacers quickly have 4 team fouls, 7:53 remaining in the quarter. The Bucks without a team foul. Milwaukee up 9 points, 61-52. Cassell in tight, gets it back. Floor pass for Mason. Tough fadeaway, hit the side of the glass. That'll be a foul.
No, just
out of bounds. I mean, there was a crash there. Harrington bounced into Thomas.
But they said it was off Thomas rather than the foul over the back.
The All-Star game in Philadelphia this year. We had to wait a couple of years. The lockout situation delayed their chance to host the Classic. Reggie Miller from the top, shortens up, bounces off Allen. And Ray Allen asking Greg Willard, what am I supposed to do? How about an offensive foul? Reggie has 19.
Of course, Sam's pretty good at that same kind of play. Jumping in. Tinsley right there.
But he knocked the ball out of bounds.
Now watch Reggie. Jumps in really well. Right there.
Last night, the Bucks were called for offensive fouls with arms out like Reggie just did on Ray on the first bump. They won't call that on the floor. They'll call it when you're in the air going to the hoop. Ray Allen rolls it down.
Well, Reggie's consistent. He does it every night in every game. Not just that, but the throw-off. Therefore, they don't call it. Look at that score. Wow! New Jersey all over Washington.
Timer at 7.
Is Michael sitting out tonight?
Hadn't heard that today.
Yeah, me either.
Under 6.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Tinsley with a reload on the shot clock. Harrington and Prisbilla meets him. Prisbilla for the foul. Harrington limps his way out to midcourt. I think he's all right. Prisbilla has 2 now. And it's the first on the Bucks. One of the top bench scorers in the NBA, Al Harrington. He's been at the top of that list, 13.2. Well, it's the new show everyone's been talking about, the best damn sports show, period. It's the new nightly show that features a comedian who's a diehard sports fan and a bunch of ex-jocks who really know the game. Critics are calling it a collision of sports and comedy, and just what we've been waiting for. Introducing the best damn sports show, period, tonight at 11:30 only on Fox Sports Net. Al Harrington with a dozen tonight. He had just 2 last night. He's still a long way from his 26 in game 1 this season with the Bucks. Shot clock at 8 for Thomas on the 3. It's in. Anthony Mason raises his arms in touchdown fashion as Thomas reaches double figures again. Tim Thomas, double figures in 23 of his last 27 games. He has 10. Best in traffic. Resitz from the baseline corner. And we get a block.
Yep, Resitz too aggressive on it. He's up on the screen, and the contact is there. And watch Mace to Tim Thomas. You know, Jim, this is the whole thing. Here's Mace in the post right here. See? Now, that's what the Bucks have wanted with him. To start inside play, he comes here while Thomas is open out here. But look at Thomas's defender. He's leaning in, okay? I wouldn't lean in and leave Thomas, but that's what an inside presence that Mason brings to this team. That's what that inside presence creates.
That little picture that you just drew is why the Bucks acquired that man.
That's right. Exactly. Now, if I was coaching against him in that situation, I would say with Thomas or Ray Allen right there, stay up on Allen, don't lean in, because the defensive guy wasn't in double teams and he wasn't up on the shooter. He was a tweener.
Really a classic example of why the Bucks made the move. Sam Cassell fouls Harrington. 5:17 remaining in the third quarter.
Harrington's pretty mobile, very active. He's a guy that draws attention because he shoots the jumper well enough intermediately, middle range guy, but he can come to the paint quickly as he did on this one for the foul.
We have a steady diet of Fox Sports Net coverage of Bucks basketball coming up. Friday, Orlando is here, Phoenix and Seattle. Later on this month, Atlanta and Detroit. No television. Of course, you can catch the Bucks on the Bucks Radio Network with Ted Davis. You're making that trip to Atlanta and Detroit this weekend just to keep tabs on the team, right?
Not. I got favorite cities. You know, you pick the cities you like to go to. We were just in one of those, San Francisco.
Cassell, 2 on the timer. Resitz with the rebound in front of Prisbilla. Travis Best on a hard push.
And the Pacers are hanging tough.
Al Harrington very active. Harrington laying on the
of victories. 45 points, we told you about that earlier. Washington, 42 points against Washington. One was in 93, the other...
+2 in the third quarter. Reggie Miller and Ray Allen squaring off tonight. Miller with 19 points. Ray has 22. Allen with 3 three-pointers in the second quarter. And yes, he is number 1. Ray Allen back to leading the Bucks in scoring, 22.3 points a game. In the quarter, both teams with 4 makes. Ray and Glenn Robinson have been back and forth in the team scoring race as each has been injured. And now Allen back on top. Travis Best runs into a one-man wall. Anthony Mason for the foul.
Well, because of the hustle and the timeout call going out of bounds, they get to the free throw line on the second effort.
Mason picks up his first.
Well, you like to look down at the stat sheet and see the Bucks outscoring the opponent in the paint, because on the year we see that very seldom. Of course, we know they're an outside shooting team.
Craig Kashan had his nose in the Bucks huddle a moment ago. What do you have for us?
Well, the message was short and simple with this game still close. Don't let this team out-hustle you. Don't let them outrun you, George Karl says to his Milwaukee Bucks about the Indiana Pacers, guys.
He could have played the clip from the post-game news conference last night.
That's right, and that was that was the key. The game last night, again tonight. Be ready, energy, hustle game.
Leadership.
Yeah.
Thomas, triple. He has 13 points. 3 consecutive three-pointers for Tim Thomas. So he has done in the third quarter what Ray Allen did in the second. Timmy goes up to get the rebound. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the period. Milwaukee leads by 10. Cassell had Miller on his back. No call. Back out to Mason. You know what? If those two guys keep on clicking, you get Robinson back. You have Thomas and Allen. The Bucks are going to be ticking.
Keep on clicking and ticking. Will it be a Timex then, huh? Boy, they have been working very well together, especially on this left side over a period of games.
A rattle out, back in, Travis Best. He has 3 points. Best average is just 5.5. He's not having a great year for the Pacers.
No, remember that jumper he hit on us in Indiana in the corner in the playoffs?
Got to remember that one.
Right in front of the Bucks bench.
Thomas, great move. 15 for Tim. Well, people have wondered if Thomas the minutes. He certainly has done that in the absence of Glenn Robinson. Oh, they let Travis Best get away. Sam was floating down, didn't see him come from the top. Best has 5.
Yeah, and there's always been a rule in basketball, know where the ball is, see the ball. Sam didn't see the ball, went right by his head. I played for a coach in college who would hit you in the back of the head with it if you didn't watch the ball.
That's a great learning tool.
Huh. That was the marching one. That wasn't Bobby Knight either, by the way.
No, Branch McCracken. That explains the flat spot on the back of your head. Reggie from the top.
I always saw that ball. Of course, maybe that's what made my nose pop out, huh? When I got hit in the back of the head. Reggie, look at the pass. Sam. Oh, they got the picnic going through here. Best gets a layup.
2:28 remaining in the quarter.
You're laughing about the nose shot, aren't you? Uh-huh. It's all right.
Well, you're only funny when you're poking it at yourself.
That's all right. Some people think I'm funny when I come at you a little bit. Haven't done that enough this year.
Let's take care of some tickets. The Bucks are home on Friday with the Magic. Call 414-227-0500 right now and during our telecast tonight, and you can pick up a family 4-pack for just $64. The Bucks and McDonald's teaming up. 4 $25 tickets, 2 extra value meals, and 2 All-American meals.
And there's a lot of reasons to come to that game Friday night besides the savings. That's Orlando, remember? Tracy McGrady in the playoffs? Uh-huh. Tim Thomas just went to the locker room for some reason.
Do you think Big Dog would like to get back on Friday night and feel good enough to take on McGrady, who talked to him all during that series? Taken away by Indiana. Travis Best drives the paint and picks up the opportunity to shoot. Anthony Mason on the foul.
I'm sure Glenn would rather be in better shape than he'll be to take on McGrady, who is a great player.
2 fouls on Mason. We'll try to get an update for you on Tim Thomas. I didn't see him take a hit or appear to be injured. Best a good free throw shooter, 88%. Well, this weekend, the NFL postseason continues on Fox with the NFC divisional playoffs. First on Saturday, the Chicago Bears will host their first playoff game in 11 years. They'll battle Donovan McNabb and the Eagles. Then on Sunday, Brett Favre and the Packers try to slow down Kurt Warner and the high-powered Rams in St. Louis. The NFC playoffs continue beginning Saturday and Sunday at 2:30 Central, only on Fox. I wonder if Kurt Warner can talk yet.
Call out those signals, huh?
8 on the timer. Red puts it up. Bender has the rebound. Did you see that news conference? Foster running out.
Oh, what a shot.
And he'll shoot a free throw.
So the Pacers putting the heat on Jim. They're right back in it. What a pass. And this guy is a hustle player. Gets the most out of what he's got and is making a difference for this team tonight.
With a free throw made, Foster will have a double-double again tonight. Last night, 10 points, 13 rebounds. Tonight, 9 and 11 with a free throw coming. Kurt Warner had the news conference, and his wife was writing down and interpreting what he had to say. He'd write it down, and then she'd tell the media, and her first response, without looking at what he had written, was, "I'd like to thank my wife for everything that has happened to me."
That's great. That's cool. He has bleeding vocal cords, right? Doesn't that just sound awful?
Well, right now it sounds pretty quiet. Makes you wonder how he'll be able to perform. Maybe somebody else will make the call. 75-71, Indiana has cut it down to 4. A little over a minute and a half in the third quarter. Mason, tough shot. Harrington all over him. Pretty good defensive work by young Al Harrington in his 4th NBA season. Just 21 years old. From the prom to the pros, Indiana has 3 of those. Jonathan Bender had the ball stripped away, and now Mason brings it up. Jermaine O'Neal not available to Indiana tonight. A 3 by Red comes away. Weak side rebounding. Travis Best. Jalen Rose, 3 from the corner, and Mason has this one. Indiana not going away tonight. The Bucks let them back in last night at Conseco Fieldhouse. Shot blocked by Foster on the way up, and now Cassell draws the foul. Probably Harrington.
Yeah, I think so, Jim. Good job by Sam, and because the ball was deflected, Sam can catch it. You can't catch your own. You can't pass to yourself or your own missed shot unless it hits another player or the basket. But boy, he spins like an axis to the baseline.
The foul given to number 4, not number 3, Travis Best, his first. He was the first man in. Harrington seemed to bump Cassell, apparently after the foul by Best. 76-71, Milwaukee. Indiana has a 2-for-1 opportunity here at the end of the third quarter, should they choose to use it. And I think they will. 2.1 the differential as Best tallies his 8th and 9th points. Glass. Loose ball foul against the Bucks, Sam Cassell. So he has 4. And now we go back to the other end.
Ham to the basket. Comes up short. Sam trying to go for the rebound. The foul wasn't there. It was after Harrington comes down with it. And then Sam plays the ball. So it's a new game. Again, the Pacers again for the second night clawing their way back into this ball game.
.16 for Al Harrington, a 1-point game. Milwaukee 76-75. Red gets the shot away and hits the 3 at the buzzer. Michael Red. A 4-point lead. Anthony Mason, great anticipation. Unable to save. 16 on the shot clock. John, one of the problems that has surfaced in the third quarter, Milwaukee out-rebounded in the period 13-6.
I think, Jim, it's just a factor of the Pacers determining they've got to come out. They've got to get after it in the third. They got their hustle game going. Bucks lulled just a little bit again. Now it's time to turn it up.
Indiana scoring off Milwaukee's turnovers, 14 points off 9 turns. The Bucks have 7 points off 8 Indiana mistakes. Jonathan Bender, here's the whistle on the drive.
Last night it really turned into just too many fouls, too many free throws, and I'm hoping we don't see that situation here in this one. It evened up pretty good, but too many marred the game a bit, I think. And we're seeing weak side cuts by both teams. When you get into the paint like this, Bender with his ups, he's going to get some fouls.
Let's check in with Craig Kishon.
Well, George Karl telling his team in that last timeout, Indiana had control in the last 5 minutes of the third quarter, and he told them, if you penetrate, Indiana makes mistakes. If you execute, they will also make mistakes. Jim and John?
Execute and penetrate.
And pass. Jonathan Bender with 5 points, 79-76 Milwaukee. I guess that's the bigger part of execution for this team, isn't it? Pass the basketball. Cassell from the paint. Indiana gets it back. Ball off Irvin Johnson.
Irvin was going to tip that in, and I think Bender's the one that got a piece of it on the tap back rebound. Take a look. On the miss. And the turn.
Bender from the corner for 3. Irvin can't hold on. Ball out of bounds, and the shot clock reset to 24. Wow. New Jersey clobbering Washington, 111-67. So the Nets are now, at the moment at least, 3 games ahead of the Bucks for the top record in the Eastern Conference. Travis Best flips it out. Al Harrington from the corner. Foster on a hold. He's saying he held me. I don't think so. Not from our vantage point. It's a loose ball foul on Foster, his 4th.
A lot of reasons you want inside position. If you get it, you may also get a call. Irvin holding him off. Foster trying to come around. He gets the foul. Well, Jim, you think about New Jersey, and they've had a lot of people step up. But what about Jason Kidd? I think Byron Scott's gone from
where he was to potentially being the All-Star coach?
Right.
Tell you what, he'll give his 15 grand to Jason Kidd and make it 30.
Good.
You know, that is going to impact the Bucks in another way. Ray Allen likely will be named to the All-Star team again for Milwaukee, you would think. He's also, by the way, going to head up the three-point shootout again this year, which he won during the All-Star weekend last year. Glenn Robinson may have a tough time being on the team. Allen snaps another 3.
Ball swing.
25 points for Ray.
Well, because the injury, and I'll tell you, Glenn was having an all-star season. He's an all-star. The injury may take him right out of it unless one of the coaches.
Travis Best for 2. It won't help him, John. But the other element to this is the fact that you have Jason Kidd from the West and Michael Jordan back in basketball taking 2 spots.
Right.
And Jordan plays Robinson's position. Under 9.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. The Bucks lead by 4.
Well, Glenn has time to get in shape and show them again that he's an all-star again.
Well, he ought to know by now that he is an all-star. Everyone else does.
Right. Yeah. Pacers right there again, knocking on the door. Man, he makes some of the toughest shots. That was down and out.
As good as Jalen Rose is and has been, Isaiah Thomas has not used him much in the 4th quarter lately. Last night, he used him, and last night Rose delivered. Indiana chasing the Bucks. It's 82-78. 82-78. Indiana making this one interesting. Here's the Pizza Hut delivery of the game. Sam Cassell and Anthony Mason have been delivering big old pizzas to each other for a few games now.
They sure have, Jim, playing very well together. Sam's on the bench right now with I think that's a hydroculator. Hopefully it's not ice. If it's a hydroculator, and I think it is, that's just keeping the shoulder and the neck warm and loose so he can come back in.
If that's ice, it's half of elastic.
And he wouldn't be coming back.
Ray Allen on the catch and shoot miss.
An iceberg.
You see the assist. Milwaukee with 24.
Just go outside and bring some ice in. No ice.
Yeah, it won't be long and there will be a big old pile out in front of this place. Get those snow mountains out here. 24-second violation. Credit the defense. Isaiah probably will discredit the offense.
Still has the smile in the eyes. You know, the smile in the eyes.
Yeah, just like an assassin.
Kind of like silent. Smile and eyes.
That's what they called him when he played, the smiling assassin.
And then he, boom, he load him up on you.
Tim Thomas hard to the hole. Herman Johnson getting tangled up. He didn't like Al Harrington on his back. Timmy has 17 points, and the Bucks lead by 6, 84-78.
Time to build room. We don't want what we saw last night. It was too clunky.
Keep your predictions to yourself tonight, will you?
Okay.
Reggie Miller for 3.
I've had a number of the guys around the team get on me about this. They said, Johnny Mack, you jinxed the team. I said, wait a minute. That's being a good color analyst. I'm anticipating.
Yeah, the best ones always predict doom. You're right.
I know. I worry about that a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That's not doom. That's boom. Ray Allen with 28. Another 3. In Indiana, they call threes with the call boom, baby.
Boom, baby. That's from Slick Leonard.
Harrington saying get in there. You'll have to earn it. 5 fouls, Darvin Ham.
Ray from Tim deep on the sideline. And that was Miller right there with him. But not enough, though. Yeah, Bob Leonard, Slick is his name. Played at IU. Grew up in Indiana. Was their famous coach in the ABA. Won all those championships. He does their radio color.
Craig Kashan is with us tonight. What do you have, Craig?
Well, that matchup we've been talking about tonight, Tim Thomas and Jalen Rose is going all to T squared. 13 points in the second half. Well, Jalen Rose has missed his last 6 shots, has not scored in the second half, guys.
Yeah, but be careful. Remember last night, he didn't score much and do a lot, and then boom, baby.
All around me, I have guys predicting things like that. Rose hit his first 4 shots. Buck's job is to keep him cool. Michael Redd blocked by Bender. Running ahead, Best. First Allen, then Ham. Windmill defense, and Travis Best pulls Indiana within 5.
And Jimmy's getting playing time and having one of his better games. Best, that is. Keeping Tinsley on the bench for now.
Allen can't get the reverse loose ball foul.
See, that was Bender again. Bender here, stepping up. Bender on this last play, forcing Ray to shoot an altar. Best with the finish out of their defense.
Bennett Salvatore had fingers up on both hands signaling the foul. It was on 40. Herman Johnson.
Use his toes that time. It's on 440. There they are.
That would be Mr. Rose, wouldn't it? Yeah, and a 3. He has 13 now, so
I guess so.
that run of missed shots is over. Bucks still +3 and 3-point makes, 9-6. 7 on the shot clock. Thomas spins and leaves it for Rose and the Pacers.
Dribbling. Got to pass it.
They can tie it with a deuce, but they throw it away instead. And Travis Best saying, my fault.
It wasn't his fault.
Okay, we have a timeout. The Bucks need a breather. 5:45 remaining in the 4th quarter. Milwaukee up by just 2. Allen behind the back. Tough shot blocked by Best. Out of bounds off Travis with 12. check in with Craig. He was listening in again.
Well, Tim Thomas ran into problems going one-on-one. Ray Allen just did the same thing. George Karl told his team you got to drive and kick. By the way, Sam Cassell back in there now, guys.
Move the ball. Pass it. That's the key. One of my keys. Give it up.
Cassell with 3 on the shot clock. Right back to him. He does it so well. But Bennett Salvatore says it was on the floor. No shot. Jonathan Bender has his second foul.
No, he's saying 2, huh?
What was the reaction
I
for?
agree.
Well, he pointed to the floor.
Sure did. And then puts him on the line because team foul situation, 3 and 3. It's not penalty.
That was strange.
It was.
Well, maybe he thought better of it.
I saw Isaiah just talking to the official about it, too. Did one of the other officials step in there, Jim, and take that call and make it? I don't know. I
might have overruled him. I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Bennett definitely pointed to the floor as if to say, no shot. They can change their mind. To the corner. Rose. The 3 comes away. Mason, great job holding off Harrington. He just planted his feet. It's like trying to rebound against a statue. Block on this end.
Boy, Ray just does turn the corner because he gets the corner turn. Therefore, the foul. That goes side court. And that's their 4th team foul. Quickness around a quick guard. If they don't call the foul, he stepped out of bounds.
Travis Best has a pair of fouls.
Time to open room. We're not to the short stroke. 2 more minutes.
Milwaukee up 3. Thomas. Tell you what, Rose clipped his legs under the shot. Nobody saw that. He didn't go down. The Bucks get the reload.
Good hustle. Ray Allen on the baseline. Get this. You've used some time and you've scored.
Indiana switches. Harrington on Cassell. 4 on the shot clock. Allen fouls Travis Best. Travis Best reaches for the foul. His 3rd.
Good job again of using the size on Best and taking him into the paint where the Bucks have the advantage with that size.
We keyed on last night's leading scorers tonight. Here's how they're doing. In the second half, Tim Thomas plus 10 on Jalen Rose, 13-3. Rose had that drought, as Craig mentioned, 0 for 6. Since hitting his first 4 shots. Ray Allen with another 30-point game. Harrington smothered in the paint. Reggie's shot comes away. Rose has it. Full shot clock, of course. Now Irvin Johnson takes the miss by Harrington and finds Cassell.
Don't rush it. Nothing there. That's good. Bring it back. Reset. Make deep. Jump ball. Woo!
You know what? From our vantage point, and now Mason has a technical as he talks to Greg Willard.
See, you don't need the tee right here.
I thought I saw a grab of the body. Maybe he had one hand on the ball away from us, but
I'll tell you, Jim, Harrington has played Mace pretty well physically inside a couple of times.
well, there it was, the hand on the ball. We saw the wraparound from our vantage point. Reggie Miller hits the free throw, the tee. See, that's what I saw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's what Mace felt also to make his statement. But you don't want to give up the extra point on the tee at this point in the ballgame.
When that whistle blew, were you expecting a jump ball call?
No.
Well, here it is.
Look to steal it. Harrington can get up.
Mason gets the tap. Miller with a little body on Cassell. Bucks ball.
Boy, great job by Mason. Anthony Mason just there.
Cassell leans in, gives it up. Thomas for 3. Irvin Johnson, and now the Bucks have 24 seconds to work with. Milwaukee leads by 4, 90-86. 3:35 left.
That's a two-load on this exchange.
Cassell tough shot from the baseline, hits the side of the backboard, and now a foul by Cassell against Reggie Miller.
Well, he had one to give, but boy, you don't want to commit these kinds of fouls. Through the baseline, board check, Miller on the rebound. Now everybody will shoot. That was the fourth team foul.
Allen swings over to defend best. Reggie and Cassell are all elbows and arms right now. Off the ball. Foster leans in. Glasser back to him, and Irvin Johnson down on his back.
How about Foster? Huh? How about his hustle? How about making your presence felt just out of determination and energy? Nothing here. Watch him go get it.
Foster matching his numbers from last night, 10 and 13 rebounds. He has been a quiet factor, again celebrating his 25th birthday today. Don't forget, we have a $64 family 4-pack, 4 $25 tickets, 2 extra value meals, 2 All-American meals for Friday's game against the Magic if you call during our telecast. 414-227-0500, a $64 family 4-pack. 3:01 remaining in the fourth quarter. Foster from Southwest Texas State in his third NBA season. 11 points to go with those 13 rebounds tonight. A solid effort. And Indiana not going away. Down 3 with under 3 to play. Thomas, yes.
Making sure, Jim, that's a good play. Drop post from Ray on the top side, and Tim has good depth when he coverage begins at 5:30 Central, right here on Fox Sports Net, your exclusive home for Sunday night ACC basketball. Tim Thomas and the Bucks leading by 5. How about this? Bo Ryan again, 73-64, beating the Golden Gophers. Roll on, Bo. All right, I'd love to see that. Knocking off Illinois, then ending Michigan State's incredible home victory streak, and now Minnesota. Harrington. It comes away off the iron for Rose. They find the three-point man, Travis Best. Again, this team making threes late in the game to be right there, 92-90. Wow. Two minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Thomas gets the ball to Allen. 3 on the shot clock. 2 on the shot clock. 3 in the net. 33 points for Ray Allen. The dagger partway in with a minute and 35 seconds left. Reggie Miller's 3 comes away. The Bucks let the ball go out of bounds. The crowd supporting the home team, Milwaukee Bucks, bidding to win their 7th consecutive game in the Bradley Center and improve to an Eastern Conference best 12-2 in this building. That was a huge basket by Ray Allen. Heck of a job again tonight by the Pacers in this ballgame just to be there. Ray Allen with 6 3-pointers. On Saturday, he tied his own Bucks regular season record of 8 at New York. He's done that twice this year. Mason in the paint, hook shot. Foster. Another rebound, controlling it out for Harrington, and now Best. Rose smothered. 1 minute remaining. Thomas up on Rose. Shot clock moves under 10. Jalen Rose to the paint. 15 for Rose.
three. He has 7 3-pointers. Unbelievable. 36 points for Ray Allen. Back-to-back threes. 6 points, 1 off his season high. Ray Allen, 7 for 9 on 3-pointers. This one off a scramble. Thomas saves it. Allen from the corner. Ray works Travis Best. He has 36 points. And the Bucks lead by 6. Allen 0 for 1 behind the arc in the first quarter. He had all 3 attempts in the second, 0 for 1 in the third. He's 4 for 4 in the fourth. Reggie Miller, 3. That comes with 30 seconds. Travis Best commits the foul, and that will be his 4th. Reggie Miller having his best season shooting threes. He isn't getting as many shots, but he is efficient when he does.
What is there about these Pacers and late in the game making big shots? Rose last night, Miller tonight, Best in the playoffs. But if the Bucks make their throws, it won't matter.
Last night, Cassell sealed the game with a pair of free throws to make it 106-102, the eventual final score, after Rose missed the first and intentionally missed the second free throw. Games decided by 6 points or less. Milwaukee 11-5, Indiana a 5. The Bucks 15-3 and about to become perhaps 16-3 with 100 or more points.
Well, Ray may have time for one more 3-pointer in this ball game and tie it again.
John, as we saw last night, Indiana out of timeouts down the stretch. That hurt them a bit. The Bucks have 2 full timeouts and a 20.
And the Bucks don't want to foul them and put them on the line. You want to play tough D, but they may be looking for the 3 again. Yep.
Back to the inbound man, Reggie Miller, and he hits the 3.
How about it? Deja vu.
So
Best.
Allen and Reggie with a pair of threes late apiece. Best commits his 5th foul. Miller has 27 points. And believe it or not, 24.6 seconds seems like an eternity tonight. Again tonight.
And again, of course, you expect Reggie to make tough threes. But Rose last night made him with people in his grill. This one was a shot into the corner in front of the Bucks bench. Look at that. Wow, that's tremendous. This was a foul prior to the ball inbounding.
That's an away from the play foul, away from the ball. That makes it 101-98. And now the Bucks will get possession with 24.6 seconds remaining. Anthony Mason to inbound. Cassell, Allen, Michael Redd in the backcourt. Irvin Johnson is in the Bucks front court. Mason can run the baseline, and he finds Allen, who gets away from Reggie Miller. Irvin Johnson collared by Foster. Isaiah Thomas jumping around in livid fashion near the bench. And Irvin Johnson took a pretty good hit. And it's a flagrant foul.
First of all, the Pacers are playing great D. That was a good angle there on that pass. I'm standing right there by it. You want to be careful here because if you don't connect on this or you miss your throws, they're just 3 down again.
Flagrant foul. So the Bucks will get possession. 5 for Irvin Johnson.
Not trying to shake flypaper off your leg, man. They just keep sticking to you. The Pacers will not give up. (102-98). Tim Thomas back in for the Bucks. So another 3-point shooter and another good shooter on the floor for Milwaukee. Irvin Johnson leaves, but he gets the number off 3. The Bucks lead by 4.
Cassell fouled immediately on the inbound pass, Al Harrington.
Boy, that one free throw, Jim, you just said it was very important, because if the Bucks turned it over here or did not score here, to get it off three was imperative.
Harrington's fourth foul puts Cassell back on the line. After Allen hit back-to-back threes, Cassell hit a couple of free throws, then had one free throw and made it on the away from the play foul, away from the ball. Irvin Johnson with a make and a miss. And now Cassell can open the gap further. 103-98. Everybody matching up. Indiana has a habit of sending 2 and sometimes 3 players down court on free throws. The Bucks have matched up. This time they have Reggie and Best. Off the lane. Cassell hits both free throws.
Well, the Pacers make you win it.
104-98, 104-100. Leland Rose. 11 seconds. Cassell fouled by Best with 8.4 remaining.
Bucks doing a great job that time. Okay, inbound passing to inbound passing. That way you get a better angle. Irvin's there. You don't want Irvin to get the foul in it, so he gives it up quickly to Sam. Well done by the Bucks. Just got to keep making the throws. The Pacers defense, man, it's right after the Bucks.
You can tell by Milwaukee's faces that they feel good about this one. They've had to work for it. Indiana, a worthy opponent again tonight. Sam Cassell, 6 of 7 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. The Bucks are finding a way to win in the absence of Glenn Robinson.
Well, you know, Jim, we're Bucks people, but you got to credit the Pacers here tonight. Losing O'Neal last night. Of course, the Bucks have been through this for how many games this year with their stars out also, but the Pacers making it tough 2 nights in a row.